Okay, so in this video I want to talk about is in One Piece. Obviously I want to talk about Kaido's crew and Rock D. Sebek and all this kind of thing, and Monkey D. Dragon, obviously the comparison with them, these two characters. So obviously here we have the interesting thing here with Kaido is that Kaido's only recruit the strongest members. So for example, obviously Kaido invite you first and then you have to fight with Kaido. So if you survive, you can join his crew. And obviously, but the interesting here with Kaido is that Kaido was, before he was that strong and before he had the dragon fruit, he can defeat everybody. He was always captured of the marine, the other emperors. So after the fight in the Guard Valley, obviously with the Carp and Golden Roger together against Monkey D. Dragon, Rock D. Sebek, and the Rock's pirates, and so the Marine tell us that they won the fight, and Rock D. Sebek died or vanished from the island. He vanished somewhere, and then later on, obviously in Wano, Big Mom talk with Kaido and then we first know about Kaido's official fruit, and that is fish no mi, mythical fish fruit. And obviously the fish is based on the dragon in Chinese and Japanese mythology with a waterfall and this kind of thing. So here is the interesting thing here, is that if that is the case, so that means that Kaido, when he was on the crew with the Rock's pirates, he got that fruit after that battle. So after that battle, then he got the fruit. Then he defeated Moria, and then he was the emperor he is today, and this kind of thing. So that means it's an extreme big boost for Kaido if he only one fruit, like one mythical devil fruit, can change him so much from be captured every day to be like defeat almost one very strong character in this kind of thing. And that is just, then we have Kaido's, he only recruits the strongest, for example King, Queen, Jack, the Topolopos, and then probably before King was Kaido's right hand man, probably Pizarro was working with Kaido. Because if you look at Pizarro was the only guy in the right now in the Blackbeard Pirates, the only guy in Impel Down that was a prisoner, that do not have any prison suit. And that is very interesting, is that how can it come so that obviously we know that one of the revolutionary commanders was there, and unknown of the world government. The world government know that one of the revolutionaries was there in the Impel Down, in the prison. So there is two different speculation here. Is that different theories about this. Is one is that Pizarro is secretly working with the revolutionary army. This is one of them. Or the other one is that that is probably the best thing I can come up with. That he is probably originally working with Monkey D. Dragon. That is originally work with him, but because it's so many things that makes it so interesting with especially Pizarro, is that because of Pizarro, Pizarro was one time a king, a very corrupt king, a king that was a horrific king against his people, and so he was overthrown and then put in prison. But we have to understand, we talk about the world government here. We don't talking about friendly people. We talk about the government. The only person you cannot touch is the celestial dragons, like the Goroseis. They are the most powerful of all. So everybody, even kings, so long they are not celestial dragons, are normal people to the world government. So that means even if he was a king, he still gonna put on him the prison suit. So there is a very interesting thing here, is why is he's the only guy that is in the prison, in a cell in the prison, in Impel Down 6, the highest ranking number of the most violent criminal is Impel Down 6. And he's the only guy there in the cell with his king, with totally different clothing comparable to all of the other prisoners. So that is very interesting. Interesting is that, how can that be? How can he be the only one in the prison cell? Is he in some ways working with Monkey D. Dragon, or is some kind of other thing that is put in place here with this kind of thing? And I can say I absolutely do not know. One thing that is most very popular is that Pizarro was originally worked with Kaido, and he was the person that helped Kaido escape, and he was fired from the crew for some strange reason, and that is okay. So if he was first a member of Kaido's crew before King joined the crew, and there was maybe a fight, and King defeat Pizarro in that stage, and then Kaido replaced him with King instead, because Pizarro also had the part like the horns on his head, like the other members, beside Queen and King, but Jack, for example, and some of the other members of the Beast Pirates. That is one of the more popular speculation about Pizarro. The other one is obviously that what I think is that he is working as an undercover agent for Monkey D. Dragon. And Sensei, before we Rock Disebek, Sensei other videos, is that I think Rock Disebek and Monkey D. Dragon are the same person. And maybe this is a very strange speculation to say, but you have to understand is that if you look at the Rocks Pirates, their mission is to overthrow the world government, and especially to kill the Celestial Dragons. And the Revolutionary Army have one purpose, is to overthrow the world government. But the only thing is that they have different names, but we don't have seen any picture of Rock Disebek, so we can confirm that Rock Disebek is not Monkey D. Dragon. But that can be totally possible here, is that they are the same person here, that they just changed the name, that they are the same person. Because we know very, very little about Monkey D. The only thing we know about Monkey D. Dragon is that Monkey D. Dragon is Luffy's father, and he's the leader of the Revolutionary Army. And that is the only thing we know. We don't know what kind of power he have, what kind of devil fruit we have, or we even have a devil fruit. We only know that he's the leader of the Revolutionary Army and he's the father. It's two things we know. That is, we know 100% confirmed that it's these two things. So it's not many things that can guarantee us or say that this is not Rock Disebek is not Monkey D. Dragon. They are not the same persons. Or if Rock Disebek is Monkey D. Dragon's father, for example. Because the only thing we know that they are very high ranking threat. The world government ranked them as a very high threat to them, because the Revolutionary Army is especially a built army designed to defeat the world government. Specific, like pirates is one thing. Pirates are just plundering, having fun, drinking, killing, all this kind of thing what pirates can do. But Revolutionary Army is a different thing. They are military organization, but they are. That is here's the complicated thing. Here is that the world government are evil. They are in One Piece. They are extremely evil. They are not good people. They are evil. The only maybe good person is Carp, the grandfather, father of Monkey D. Dragon, and grandfather of Monkey D. Luffy. That is the only one maybe that is good. So that is the problem here, is that, and then we have the Rocks Pirates, and then we have Monkey D. Dragon, the Revolutionary Army. But they are so similar. They are so similar, the Rocks Pirates, the Revolutionary Army. They are so similar attitude, how they want to defeat. They are like really want to overthrow. And also something I forget about Monkey D. Dragon, forget to say in this video, is that he probably is belonged to one of the ancient kingdom that was overthrown when the world government and some other people joined forces together against the ancient kingdom. So that can absolutely be that Rock D. Sebek, that is probably right now Monkey D. Dragon, was some kind of king, and they fight and they lost that battle. That can be, but that is just one. Remember, what I say right now is just my speculation about the whole thing. It's just speculation. The other thing can be that Rock D. Sebek is the leader of the high-ranking leader of the world government, and the whole story they have tell to all the people was a lie. They lost the war, but him or Rock D. Sebek originally won the war, but they just tell the stories so people believe that the world government are good people, but they win that fight and this kind of thing. There's lots of very, very interesting characters that have a very interesting backstory. For example, Pizarro, Monkey D. Dragon, and Rock D. Sebek. Is these three characters that very, and then obviously Goldie Roger. Goldie Roger, some we know is dead, but we don't know if he's gonna be dead forever in the story. We only know that he's dead. Okay. What I mean with this is right now, what I want to say is that in the beginning of One Piece, he was executed. But much later, we have one of Orochi's family member or friend that have a fruit that can transform them to different persons. But the thing I really want to go into here is that the world government say that they don't need the Seven Warlords of the Sea anymore because they have something that can replace them. And I'm wondering what they have right now that they don't have the Seven Warlords longer. They are not longer protected under the world government banner, so they cannot do the pirate thing legal. They are just normal pirate right now, and this kind of thing. So one thing can be that they can bring back people from the dead, and these people are Goldie Roger, Whitebeard, and then they control them like zombies, but very, very powerful zombies. Like not as Moria does, but more like technology based. Like they are like Akuma, for example, but they are dead. They put like the machine or a robot heart into them, like the Whitebeard and Ace and Goldie Roger, and then you have them as they're killing machines. And that can be a possibility that they have the force or they join alliance with, for example, the Windsmoke's family. That is a military family, that the father of Sanji. They make a very, 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 very high technology kind of a cyborg pacifista Golden Roger, and this kind of thing, or they bring up other characters and they welcome want to use instead because they're much stronger than the Seven Wonders of the Sea. Because we know that the world government have firepower. We know that they can use the Bosticles, that they can destroy whole islands with their ships. So it's very interesting here why they don't just take, why they specifically don't want the Seven Wonders of the Sea anymore. They have to be a very big reason for that. Why? Because originally they don't need the Seven Wonders from the beginning because they have the warships. So it's not really no point to even have the Wonders of the Sea. The only reason why originally the world government want, like for example Mihawk or Jinbei or Flamingo as their slaves, is because to show their power. Because if you can put a leash on a very high ranking criminal and tell them the high criminal what to do, the other criminals gonna be very what I mean with this is simple, is that they don't want to fight the world government. So it's just to flex their muscle and to show how powerful they are, and this kind of thing. So this free thing here is that who can be Rock Disebek if he's still alive in the story. And if is that one of them is Monkey D. Dragon, him, or Blackbeard. This is the free. What I think the most obviously is Monkey D. Dragon, that he's the same person that Rock Disebek, and this kind of thing. But the most popular is obviously that many people think that Rock Disebek is Blackbeard, that they are the same person, or Rock Disebek is Blackbeard's father, or he is the father over Shanks. So that is a thing. A lot of very different speculation and opinions and this kind of thing with all of the characters, with all of the who is who and so on. And then obviously with Kaido, that Kaido was one of the members that we know about that was working with the Rock Disebek Rocks Pirates, and it's very famous people. For example, Big Mom, Shike, John, and John Silver Axe, and there's the other person I don't remember the name of. So lots of stuff, but all of them was a very powerful crew. But was always like hierarchy crew. Always they fight who's gonna be the strongest and this kind of thing. And then obviously they come to Guard Valley and they fight, and the Golden Roger fight against Shaki's Golden Armada. So there was a big a military force. And then obviously Golden Shiki lost the fight against Golden Roger. But we don't know about the other fight. We don't know if Golden Roger fight the other character. We only know that they explain in the Guard Valley that there was a fight with Rock Disebek, Golden Roger, and Carp together against Rock Disebek. And this kind of thing. That is the only thing they say. And then they say they won the fight, but we don't know how they won. If they won, that they just tell that they won, but they originally lost the war, and originally Rock Disebek take over the world government, and he changed his name to him, and he's now the world government working under him. And everybody think that him is some kind of angelic or kind of good. Nobody really think that any celestial dragon are good. Specifically, a person with red eyes and dark, totally you cannot see even who that person is. And so obviously, the celestial dragon are not good. No of them are good. They are maybe one is okay, but one, like 98% of them are evil, and 1% of them, one of them is not evil. So it's 98% is evil, and the leader are him. And maybe that can be totally possible here is that him is Roch Disebek. That is just a total, it's a lie that the world government, or from the whole start, always was under that person's control. For example, like Star Wars. For example, like if you have watched Star Wars, you know what I mean. Like, for example, the Emperor, he was originally working like work as in the court of this, in the Star Wars, like, and people think he was good, and then later on, then he was the evil emperor. I think that is gonna be similar here with maybe with One Piece. Is that is one speculation. The other one is obviously that he is the Monkey D. Dragon. Or he, yeah, with all of these kind of things. So yeah, this probably if I only have one, if I'm only allowed to have just one speculation, allowed to have one, then I say Roch Disebek and Monkey D. Dragon are the same character. If I'm only allowed to have one guess on this whole thing, this coming, and then obviously, if you go back quickly to King and the Impel Down Prison and Pizarro, because we can see that King and, for example, Sherry of the Rain, they're also one member of the Blackbeard Pirates that have two skulls on him, his military suit, two skulls. That is obviously similar to King's skulls on his military clothing. And I don't know. Okay, obviously King and Sherry of the Rain obviously are inspiration from World War II Nazis. They are inspired of these two characters, and with the skulls like the SS soldiers. And Impel Down is I don't know what is okay to say on YouTube with this kind of, but they are inspiration of this kind of people from history, like with the military clothing, like with the skulls and this kind of So anyways, so King was before Sherry of the Rain was working as a prison guard, because we can see that King and Sherry of the Rain, both of them have a sword, both of them have the same pattern on their clothing, with the skull. There's always a bit different with the design of the clothing, but both of them have the sword and black swords, the red and the white skull, and the work in Impel Down 6. So both of them have the same work. Then something happened that was so that why King left that work and joined Kaido instead. So I'm wondering if here is so that King was the person that was the guard for Kaido when Kaido was in prison, and for some reason Kaido convinced King to help him escape, and from there he maybe helped Kaido to take back his position over the Beast Pirate and overthrow Pizarro, because the interesting here with Pizarro is that Pizarro also have the horns on the head that's very common to see with the Beast Pirates. And one thing can be that obviously that Pizarro was trying to take over Kaido's position and betray Kaido in a place, and there is a reason why Kaido was put in prison. So, but there's something I think interesting here. I think we're gonna hear more about, for example, King and Pizarro. There's some connection between these two characters, because I think Pizarro have the position before King have that position right now. That's Kaido's right hand man, and so on. So yeah, I think we're gonna have more information about this much later. We have to see just in the next chapter, like chapter 1013, that we're gonna know more what will happen in One Piece. Obviously, spoilers if you not have read chapter 12 yet. They have now obviously Big Mom, Nami, and Usopp. Nami obviously knocked down Ulti. So maybe if we are really lucky, next chapter tomorrow, and then we're gonna see the fight with Nami and Ulti. And I really pray now that we're not gonna be an off-screen fight. What I mean with this is that we're just gonna hear about the fight after the fight have happened. I really hope that we're gonna see that fight with Nami and Ulti, and obviously Nico Robin and Black Maria, Chopper against Queen, and this kind of thing. I really, 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 really want to see that fight. And obviously Yamato versus Jack, and to see Yamato's Oni Devil Fruit. So I think she have a female Oni, and this can be. So yeah, we just have to hope for that battle gonna happen, and that is probably everything I really want to say about my speculation for what will happen in One Piece and this kind of. Okay, bye.